So in the last video, I learned about string quilting. This was a new thing for me, and I'm getting my squares all ready to go to send out to the Facebook page administrator. Looking forward to getting those back and putting things together. But in the meantime, making that gave me some ideas, and I can't wait to show you what I've done. So I had picked up a jelly roll from Tuesday morning. Lots of fun. This is a 40 strip, 2.5 inch wide, and it is called Stained Glass Pinwheel. And what I have done, I have cut my strips in different lengths, 1 inch and 1.5 inch. Okay. And I've cut some black into 1 inch strips. I have a 13-inch square piece of batting, warm and natural. I have 2 pieces of muslin, both 13-inch square. And I'm going to use my 505 spray to kind of baste it down a little. So that's sprayed. The top of my batting is sprayed. I'm going to kind of measure that up so I have a nice 13-inch square. And I'm okay if my batting is not perfect, because guess what? I'm going to be cutting off the edges anyway. Alright, so I'm basically going to make my quilt sandwich ahead of time. Okay. Kind of try to make a little square. Get it as even as you can. So, first thing I want to do, I'm going to go corner to corner. You know, I like this orange. I'm going to get the wide orange. Alright. And I'm going to put this corner to corner. And I'm going to kind of clip it. I'm going to get my black. Just a plain cotton, quilting cotton, black. I did test it in some water to make sure it wouldn't bleed. And then I'm going to sew that down with a 1/4 inch seam. I like to pin. I tried it without the pinning and I ended up with wonky seams everywhere, so we're going to pin. I'm using black thread in my for my needle, and also black thread in my bobbin. Got my quilt sandwich with my strips on top. I am using my piecing foot, and I'm just going to put that right here so that the piecing foot is on top of my muslin, but right at the edge of my black thread. And I'm just going to start sewing. It's not a race. Take our time. I'm going to press this down. I'm going to put black on this side, and then just picking up, same as you would with any other string quilt. Let's experiment for a few minutes. So here's the one that we just did together. Press down so it's nice and straight, and then I can go look into my pile of other strips, and I can do that. Followed with a black. see. And we can always put in a blue, followed by a black, and so on. Then when I get these 13-inch muslin covered, I'm going to square it up using a 12.5-inch square. I'm also going to make sure that I use the diagonals because I want to have a nice sharp point. I want to point this out to you. You're already quilting. Talk about a quilt as you go. When you get it done, your muslin is covered and you have squared it. That is what it can look like. And then you can put those together using a black strip, attaching each quilted square to another quilted square with a 1-inch strip sewn here, and the other sewn to another square. Put it back on, bind it, and you're ready to go. So I've done my center, I'm doing black in between, and we're just going to keep on going until we have this finished up. My different size strings, my blacks, I am ready to rock and roll. So you keep just adding on your strips till you cover the muslin. And look at there. Everything's already quilted. Yay. Then you want to choose a line to use as your guide. And you want to square it up. So I started with a 13-inch piece of muslin. I'm going to cut this down to be a 12.5-inch unfinished square. So I'm going to choose a seam line, and I'm going to choose this one right here with from the pink. I believe that was my first one. And then I am just going to trim it. Very carefully. And ta-da! Yay! It is already quilted. You have your colors down. It's a perfect square. to match up with your other ones, and then you just keep going until you get enough to make whatever it is you want to make. These can make a great table runner, a really neat tablecloth, quilt, of course, any number of things. A quilted coat, a quilted shawl, and then there's a variety of things that ways that you can put it together. And what I do like about this is you don't have to really worry about getting all the pieces because they're different sizes. So match up if you can, but look at that. Isn't that great? This is wonderful. At the end of this video, I'm going to have multiple of these done, and I'd like to get y'all's thoughts on how to put it together. Should I make diamonds? 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I do a zigzag? Maybe I should do a zigzag going down. So let's we'll try to put together a few options and see if you guys won't help me out. Alright, so I have finished 7 of my blocks, and this is one possible layout. These are already quilted. I quilted as I stitched the strips down. I'll put a 1-inch black strip in between and then put a back on it. So if you can imagine this with a black line coming in between, just a 1-incher about that big coming in between. So that's one possible layout. We'll call this layout A. And this could be layout B, where we're just going zigzaggy. And so I would love to know y'all's opinion. So we've got an A where it's the diamond shape, B where it's a zigzag, again with a black line in between each block. And then here is possibility C, just them all going in the same direction. So if you would, help me out. What would you do? What would you recommend I do with this design, with these fabrics? A, B, or C? A is the diamond, B is a zigzaggy, and C is just all going in the same direction. Cannot wait to hear your thoughts. I am undecided and I don't want to put it together until I make a decision. So if you guys can help me out with that, I would appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you. Y'all have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe. You never know what crazy stuff this crew is going to get into. Thanks. Bye.